All right, welcome back to episode 2 of the Hey DJ podcast. I'm Forward.
I'm Dan, your other co-host.
And I'm Fat Bean, your other co host. Today we have our very special guest, Mr. Garsh.
Hey DJ.
Welcome, Garsh. Very nice to have you.
Welcome.
Very nice
Also-
to be here. Hello.
Yeah. Also, want to mention that Dan and I got better mics, so now we don't scrape your ears. And
Huge
yeah.
upgrade.
yeah, and we got our little for the video watchers, the icons that bounce around. So hopefully that's a big upgrade. And Random Kenny did some nice animation for our header, so it looks all crispy. So shout out to Random Kenny for helping out.
Thank you, Random Kenny.
Thank you very much.
I also got better Wi-Fi, so I'm not going to be cutting out all the time now as we're speaking,
Yo.
which is great.
I wanted to start it off and just welcome you guys to the podcast. We got lots of stuff. We're all big fans of your stream and your scores and stuff.
Thank
Did
you
you want to
very
say
much.
something forward?
Yeah, well, Garsh is number 2 global on the Scoresaber leaderboards, and a professional gorilla tag player. Just before we get going here, we do have a segment at the end where we're going to talk to Garsh a bunch about other things. But I just wanted to mention, if you've been sort of around the Scoresaber community, you may possibly have seen Patatpas Urishite, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that, is going for ranked. Estrella fixed it up, and it's a super hard, very very window tower heavy map that's ridiculously hard, and Garsh has a 96.5 on it. So I just wanted to know, playing towards sort of Garsh's big strengths, you may have possibly seen with the release, the Kraken map that was out. Garsh just somehow has this ability to full swing towers ridiculously well and act them, and I was just sort of curious as to how you do that. How do you approach swinging those kinds of maps?
Yeah, I think I just overswing every note, so I end up swinging that kind of note good.
That's
Wow.
really insightful.
Yeah.
I'm blown away.
So you're on index, right?
Yep.
And that's even more impressive because the index tracking is really doesn't give you any sort of free angle whatsoever. So you're really just hamming it up for every note, swinging just super hard. That's how you do it.
Yeah, back on when I was using CV1, I was overswinging even more so. So now, without the free VR mode Oculus swing angle, I'm still just kind of overswinging, but still enough to do well on inverts and towers and all that.
Sick.
Interesting.
I'd imagine
Very
being 9 feet tall, you'd be really strong
yeah.
to hold those index controllers and you can just throw them everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen me use a webcam, but I am pretty big.
And just all at least 10 feet. We got a
10 feet, yeah.
Cool.
That's about right.
All right. So I reckon let's get into the first topic, new ranked songs.
Well, first of all, we got the new 13-star map, Power of the Wilderness. Personally, not a big fan of the map, but yeah, it's finally a new 13-star, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome.
It is. Sort of kind of it's a map that's sort of in a similar vein to Zeronial. I think I saw Rune talking about it, and he said he sort of had designed the map with Zeronial in mind, so it makes sense that it's up there, and naturally star ratings over time sort of seem to increase. So I would definitely say it's definitely not harder than Zeronial, even though it's been weighted a bit higher, and I think that's partially because of an NJS moment, and also partially because it's a lot slower, but it is way more, I don't know how you say, scuff than Zeronial. The angles are a
It has
lot less
a lot of
actable.
dense sections that kind of are hard to set up for, But what I really like about it, just from seeing it played, is that it looks like a really digestible, like 13 star, where it's obviously like on paper it's not harder than something like Rotten Dick, which is definitely underweighted nowadays. But it's just cool to see, like, people who are like speed monkeys around the rank 400, 500 range can go and get almost 500 PP plays off that, because it's just like a cool 5-minute Camellia song with some crazy sliders. And I like what Rune did.
What's your take on it, Garsh?
I agree with you, Bean Zoop. I really like the map as well. I think it's 13 star because it's more techy, but it's not tech, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it moves around so much.
Yeah, it doesn't like overdo it. It just kind of has some funky stuff, and then it shoots you with the dense sections, and then it ends.
It's just
The map has so many 1/4 bosses, though.
yeah, it's not as bad at 300 BPM. The pauses are more forgiving. However, it's like the map is really unforgiving. So if you miss a single hand switch, boom, there goes 1% of your AC. Like it's really hard. I personally around 300. I'm more of a speed monkey myself. Like I can 92 feast any day of the week, but now I cannot get over 91 on POW. I mean, I have like a 91.03, and that was like after grinding it, because I grinded it a little bit when it was getting qualified. So that, I don't know, it's just really unhackable, and I think it does set an interesting precedent, because perhaps we're going to see a little bit of a meta shift in the mapping, and because now we have 213 stars, which are balanced maps, I would say, more so than speed. Zeronial obviously has the weighting on that map has not aged that well. It's way harder than 13 stars.
It's so hard.
So it's really good to actually see another 13 star map, because now we have a sort of a new precedent for what a 13 star can actually be, and maybe we'll see a bit of a change in mapping meta to see some more creative stuff at the higher difficulty range to try and shoot for that 13 star mark.
Well, we'll see 2 13-star maps pretty soon, I think. I think there are 2 coming really close. Guess we can talk about one of them.
Well, we'll talk about them in the when we get to our ranking queue section. So yeah, let's move on. Bean, did you want to cover the next sort of thing?
Yeah, sure. So I just thought this was fun topic. We got Kill, which was just ranked with your map, Dan, your lower diff.
Yeah.
Really overvalued hard diff. Like it's the actual expert diff. But
that's Sart's diff, not mine.
Oh, it is? Okay,
yeah.
With the crossover streams, okay. Well, that's like, I guess we could label it as the new Chocolate Lily, but just for like a tier above players, because players who would struggle to like SS Chocolate Lily wouldn't be able to pass this one at 8.6 stars. But players who 94, 95 Chocolate Lily will definitely be able to get 400 PP, or like, well, not 400, like almost 400 on Kill hard. Kill hard diff. So pretty.
I don't think I'm super familiar with that diff. What sort of like, is it like a lot of like the three?
It's just slow. BPM? It's just slow sliders, and then at the end it has the like 333 BPM, but like 1/2 stream. So
everything up till the end is 280 BPM, so it's already not so slow. And Sarah didn't map most of it as 280. There's a few 280 bursts, and then at the end it also has a few 333. But it's like no, it shouldn't be 8.4 or 8.6 or whatever it is.
Big PP for anyone who's like just farming around that range, because they're like, I can just crazy. Hack up to the ending, miss a bit because it gets a bit wide, get a 92, and then that's their highest 92 on any map. So that's fun,
free to play for hack players.
Yeah, I completely agree. I've never played the diff, but I believe
didn't I tell you to play lower diffs the other day? I thought you've been practicing. What the hell?
Yeah, I did start to play more lower diffs, and then I stopped. I guess.
It's too
Don't
good.
you-
You play all the top diffs, and then you're like, this is too easy, and I need some real challenge.
Don't you like no animations, lower diffs? In fact, you
I
love
do
no
love them.
animation.
No animations lower diffs are great.
100%.
100%.
I've got a set of lowers done by he's done a set of lowers for me already. That's like waiting to go on ranking queue. That's how much I love them. So
Well,
He's-
they can
he's
go.
doing
they
one
can
for-
go in now. That's
Oh,
sick.
yeah.
He also did one for me in Forward for Darkness, and he's also doing another one for me right now.
Oh my.
Nolan. Put the name on it.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you want to cover the new Megalovania? It's back.
It's a pretty okay map.
Yeah,
I
was
found it a
it's-
bit boring.
Pretty
It's
basic,
an Olaf and Joshua B map.
but good to see Olaf
I mean-
getting a 10-star.
Yeah, no, it's really sick. It's a super low 10 star, isn't it? It's like 10.0 something.
Just like
Yeah,
stamina heavy
right there.
Aki.
Yeah, it's just a stamina heavy act. I mean, I don't think that song lends itself very well to being mapped. It's like, it's just like sort of like around 250 BPM with that super repetitive sort of hardcore style song. It becomes really difficult to map and make a good map, but I think they did a good job. It's just like sort of a nostalgic song for me within the Beat Saber community because when I was first starting to play custom charts, the PUDS map of Megalovania, it was already unranked at that point, but I didn't even know what ranked was. I would grind the shit out of that map
Damn,
to try and get like to just try and like pass it because it was so fun.
Yeah,
And
you're
I
such a
remember one
zoomer
day-
forward.
Yeah.
Didn't even play
One
when
day-
PUDS maps were ranked. Wow.
No, I
Bro
didn't even
started
play with
off
those
playing
maps.
that when it was unranked.
Yeah. I don't know. That PUDS map is scuffed as hell. And
Yeah, I mean, I remember the
first
day
one I passed it.
he mapped it the day the song came out, and then it was like I think in the description he wrote like first, and the offset was so close, and the sliders were so pepega, everyone like freaked out, and it took so long to get ranked. So one of the first maps where I learned about like the ranking process and what was happening because I saw it get uploaded all the time, and I'm like, but they uploaded
What
it
is
once.
happening?
Why isn't it just ranked already? I want to play the map and get my PP. And then it was clear to me that he was learning and improving the map. And yeah.
Did you play the new one, Garsh?
I don't think I played the newest, but I have played one of them, and I thought it was very fun.
Yeah, I think it's been in tournaments, so you might have seen it there. And like
Yeah.
usually tournaments go to the ranking queue, and that's been in the ranking queue for like 3 months, so they would have gotten maps from there.
Actually gave a lot of feedback for it, and they listened to pretty much all of it. So
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next map, I wanted to note this Animosity by Thigh Spoon. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's like pretty overvalued for a 9-star. Like it's just kind of like there's some bomb resets and then some 220 BPM like stacks and stuff. I think it's around that speed, or 210 BPM, and then it ends, and then it's a 400 PP play for anyone who can like get 5 misses in 95 on an 8-star map, but it's just a 9-star map. So.
I couldn't get 400. I was so close.
Yeah, and it looks like one of those Timbo 9 stars, but easier
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
because it's like the 200 and something BPM, and then you know,
Less angle spam.
Next
Yeah,
map is
that's-
Galaxy Collision by J-Bob. Is that how you like to say it, Dan? With your funny accent.
J-Bob.
J-Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, what do
Yeah.
you guys think of this map?
I actually haven't seen
It's-
it, but
It's a fun map, but it's very, very overvalued. It's literally big headbanging 2.0.
Yeah.
it's because
Yes, I
it's
agree.
J-Bob.
So it's like
J-Bob
easier
maps
than
just get
Quicksand, but the same star value.
I think it's higher. I think it's 10.6, and I thought Quicksand was 10.5.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
length moment, song length moment.
Yeah, it
What's
is
it
pretty
like?
long.
True.
I just-
5 minutes? 6 minutes?
Isn't it 5:45? I thought Galaxy Collision was 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
You know,
I remember trying it, and it has the like scissor double where like the right hand is a backhand in the bottom row, and then the left hand is inverted. And I'm like, man, I'm not good enough for this shit. Just I'll play it when I'm better. It's a skill issue.
Yeah.
Can't hit that.
Yeah, no, that one is. I haven't actually like seen the map, but I'm pretty familiar with the song because a lot of listening to it.
Yeah, Reek's
I may have to take a look.
killing it.
Reek is killing it.
Another map I wanted to talk about. I remember this was qualified in the last ADJ podcast, and I straight up just forgot to mention it. Bloody Spin Eternally by Phrase and Narwhal. Pretty cool map.
Yeah.
And I've seen you play it like 10 times, Garsh.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. I would say it's, in my opinion, overvalued because it's mostly just tech, but it's, I would say, easier tech, and it's 500 PP. So I thought that was a lot of PP for what it is, but I did enjoy it.
It's a phrase map.
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be like 11.7 stars. I didn't really know much about the map when I first saw it. I just saw all these crazy palm up sliders and then the super space streams, and then like the song's kind of long. I was like, oh my god, Phrase is just going to murder us with like a Weeaboo Spookfest level tech map, Spin Eternally. But yeah, it seems to be really well received, and it's got like good set of lowers. So I'm happy.
Yeah, Phrase's stuff isn't really like Weeaboo Spookfest level retarded, I would say. I think it's more got his like his own style, and I respect him for that. That's pretty. Well, I like phrase maps.
I mean, Monolith is like cool. I remember really enjoying it. But then you look back at stuff like Anomaly. Ooh, 23 NJS, backhands, man. Oh,
Anomaly was great for its time, though.
I still listen to it in the car. It's such a banger. It's just like
Yeah.
full on nostalgia, you know. Just wow, Anomaly, what a map. So
I just wish we could get burst criteria redone because my favorite phrase map is King of Lions. This King of Lions is like a super techie map with like 440 BPM flicks.
Isn't it 420? Yeah, because we were
420 BPM.
I just had the BSL map pool meeting, and that map came up, and I was like, oh my god, I'm horrified. Why is someone mentioning King of Lions?
Well, it's just like for like when the bass does like the pa-pam thing, he like maps it as flicks.
It's just like kind of like the battle sirens, like tappies.
Yeah,
that's on the drop. Mega emphasis.
It does work really well, and it's super fun.
I remember putting that in the finals of the like an OCE tournament I hosted, and that was funny because one of the player who won on that map was like the lower ranked player, so it was like the better player lost on the map, and then they ended up losing the tournament. Like there was an upset, and I was like, oh my god, did I pick some dodgy map? But I like it. It's got some creative stuff. I like when mappers really try.
Yeah, I think there is a harder Spin Eternally in queue right now.
Oh, the Gentleman map, the Black Magic Blazing guy.
Yeah, no.
Oh, not Black Magic Blazing, just Black Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Black.
Nolan also has an Spin Eternally in queue.
Nolan's will be easier, I think, though.
Yeah,
but it's okay. We'll get to that in the ranking queue segment.
Yeah.
Another map I wanted to talk about was a Betrayal Unforetold by Estrella.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dreams map, the huge stamina map.
Something that's the Hello said like 2 days ago. Something I thought was funny about Betrayal is that map is a really good way to tell if someone's like a higher-ish ranked player. You can see if they're like a speed monkey, just by whether they have better AC on Betrayal or Plague Bearer. If they have better AC on Plague Bearer, they're a speed monkey. But if because Betrayal's like kind of slower and more ACable, but then it's also stamina. So if you're like a strong AC player, you can AC it and get like 97, like Sarah or whatever, or 96. And then if you're like kind of shit at AC, like Saber Wobble, and not angling properly and setting up, you'll get worse AC on that than on Plague Bearer. So I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I like how the diff name is "Don't Pause, Please."
My stamina's way too bad for that map. Like at the moment.
Yeah, I think I tried playing it, but it's like ridiculously hard.
You can multiply that by 10. I'm a heavy passer.
Mm. No, I try not to pause on maps, so like that is ridiculous. It's just like yeah, it's a hard map. I have to score on it though because I need PP.
Yeah, and Estrella did say he was surprised at how high it ended up. So like 11.3, 11.2. Or I think he was like the top score was 510 PP. So 97 on 11.2 is like 510.
I think that's fair.
Do you?
I think the 97 on Betrayal is very impressive.
So Garsh, what do you think of the Betrayal map by Estrella? Is it like a big pause fest for you, or are you angry that you can't beat Saren on it?
Oh yeah, it's a like you said, a pretty big pause fest. I like the wording of that. But yeah, I thought it was a lot more fun than the other Betrayal.
The one we don't talk about.
Yeah,
for reasons.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, it's
oh
like,
no.
It's like one of the top maps on Rescored Saber. It's everything's revalue because it's just so damn hard.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, it's just like the bottom row and 24 NGS. Ugh.
Yeah.
Muffin notes. Oh god, the muffin notes.
24 NGS, my beloved.
I guess we got Berserkers isn't ranked, but it will be ranked.
Yeah, so now we're into the qualified maps zone, where we got a few maps that are just like qualified, about to get ranked. Berserkers is, let's look, at the time of recording this, I think it's like 10 hours out.
Yeah, so it'll be ranked by the time that this is uploaded.
Yeah, and we don't know the star values yet, but that'll all come out. What are we predicting though? Because I feel like we could get pretty close. 12.6-ish for both of them. I think they'll both be like pretty much the same.
Yeah,
they're going to be very similar, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. Probably a bit overweight. I think 12.6 is like a good value for those maps. I can
I heard a lot of people say that it was going to be like 13 stars though. Did you say it was going to be 13
had a 96, like 8 or something.
Yeah, no, he had a like similar active plague on this.
96,
like really,
7.
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's right. Isn't it on paper like harder than Plague Bearer? So it should be above it.
Yeah, I would say harder than Necro, but that's just me.
Okay, I could see him being 12.8 then. Both of them like 12. One of them 12.8, one of them 12.85 or something.
Yeah, they're pretty similar.
Similar, but like also just different field, different mappers.
Yeah, Complex is just like, I feel like Complex has gotten really good at optimizing his speed maps, like to the point of like crazy overweightedness. I personally think Fantasy Cellaritas is like half a star overweight.
Yeah. Gosh, what do you think it is going to be, Berserkers? Because you are probably the best player over here.
I don't think it'll be 13, but I think it could be very close. Both of them. 12.8 sounds about right. Maybe even higher.
Yeah, I heard like sentiments from like Estrella as well saying, yeah, it like could be a 13 star, but it's like, I feel like it's just not dense enough, and it's too like it's so optimized.
Hackable.
Like it's really hackable and like super optimized. I mean, it's got like the BP, the speed, and the sheer amount of notes and stuff, but like it's just but complex maps get overweighted these days because it's just he's optimizing his maps really well. Fantasy Cellaritas would be the other instance because like I can 94 that map. I can't 94 any other 11 star or 12 star anything, and it's like an 11.9 star and I have a 94 on it. And it's like, how? The map is just that optimized, I guess, and I just can swing 350. So
yeah, I do not see Berserkers being higher than Power, to be honest. I do think
there's no way it's
harder.
Power. Sorry, it's not harder than Power.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's so much easier than Power of the Wilderness. Not even a contest there.
Yeah.
Complex has really been like popping off on the speed maps since it was Immortal Scream. I remember playing that and I was like, whoa, and I hit him up and I was like, dude, this is fantastic. If you have any feedback, like hit me up. and shit. So he kept hitting me up for feedback, and I was like, yo, like, I just love what you're doing. Keep it up. So happy to see it.
Like, yeah, he's just he's just solidified himself as like one of the best Beat Saber mappers, like with like the most like sort of like attention to his craft. He's really good with like, I don't know, Volatile Memories, another super good map, which sort of shows off all of his skills. 'Cause it's like, it's really polished.
I think it has like techie stuff, but there's also like, I feel like there's too many bad cut angles and like.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned. Funny that you mentioned that map, because I despise that map. I think that map is very bad.
I personally like it, but I think it's a divisive map because it's like both like intense tech and like speed in the same map. So people that like tech won't like it because it's got speed at the end, and people who like speed won't like it because it's got tech at the beginning. So like, it's tough to appeal with that map. I remember the first map that I saw from Complex that like really impressed me was his Sound Chimera map. Like, I mean, the map is hard, really undervalued, and like sort of like really bad cutty. But like, I remember playing it so much just because I thought it was so much fun. That map.
I remember like not liking it, and I told him, like, he was asking for feedback, and I would be like, this whole like these 20 beats like sicken me. But I mean, there it is. Yeah, it definitely is undervalued though. It should be higher because it's so like slider heavy and like with the weird vision notes and stuff.
What's the top score?
Funny, because around that time I actually met Complex, and he's the same reason I started mapping. He taught me like literally everything, and we talked a shitload about that map. And I remember yelling at him because he like the old Expert Plus is now the Expert, and I love that map. And then he was thinking about completely removing that map, and it just completely made me sad. But luckily, he kept it as the Expert. Also, a very cool map.
Yeah, I mean, Garsh currently has the top score on Sound with a 96.2.
So, yeah, I remember loving that map as well.
It's just like, it's not necessarily like, maybe not good as a ranked map, but I thought it was so much fun to try and hit like the leaning streams, and the bomb resets were just crazy fun. So yeah, it was a fun map, but like, maybe as far as ranked optimization goes, not the best.
Yeah. Well, it's better than what's it called? His first ranked map with Muffin. Vicious Heroism.
Vicious Heroism. Oh, the lowers on that one. Have you guys seen the lowers on Vicious Heroism?
It's very bad.
It's like monochrome butterfly, like by phrase, like triangles and stuff. And the song's like intense, and we were just, because Seska like plays every ranked map, and he was playing it in core, and we were just like, oh my god, what is going on in these lowers? These are crazy. But I mean, Complex has improved so much, like with the fantasy lowers. Yeah. I love that.
Well, me and Complex hit a low with Buckwild though.
Oh, that was a low. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a low.
I mean,
we do not.
I wouldn't call it a low. Mistake. It was more of just like a flat. Like, oh, it's a map. It's a map. People who can play it get PP. Cool. That's it.
It's not.
Oh, another good one was Shun no Shifudo. I like Shun no Shifudo.
Oh, I hate that map.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I think it's a love or hate kind of map.
Yeah.
I mean, are you rank 1 on it, Garsh? It seems like you're rank 1 on the I don't know, the maps that Sarah doesn't like. You're rank 1.
Yeah. Yeah. He is in fact number 1 on it.
Wow.
Love to see it.
I think that's what
another dart in the dartboard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard some people saying about you, Garsh, where you're just better at the kind of shittier maps that are more dumb. Yeah. Because Sarah's like, man, this is so dumb. This doesn't reward my skills. I'm not gonna play it all. And then you just collect the free points. So that technically makes you skillfully rank 1, I'd say.
Skillfully, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Agreed.
Okay, any other qualifier maps we want to mention?
Your map. You got That's a Joke.
Map. Yeah. With Muffin.
NF map with Muffin. Yeah.
Yo, NF. Oh, I'm such a huge fan.
First ranked NF song.
Yes. And thank you so much for queuing it forward.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Made my month.
It's a fun ass map. It's a good song too.
I spent like ages on it. It was the kind of map where I finished it as just like in a day for the first version, and then I just looked at it in the editor every day for a month and a half, just thinking about it, and then I was like, okay, time to get it modded. And then I'm very happy with it. It was in like the World Cup, and it was so cool to see it played.
We got a new
Actually,
Mario song.
I should also mention about that's a joke. They'll like me and Muffin's diffs aren't high. Like they'll be like high 8-star, no 9-star, like nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's good. I like maps like that where it's just like you map for the song. And it's
just like
good.
I love the Werewolf Howls like by D with like the crossovers and stuff, and so I just kind of like took some inspiration but tried to make it like different, and that's just what I did. Anyway, the Kobayo song, but mapped by Kobayo and Villos.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a Sparkling Software. It's a banger song. I mean, really good song. It's 320 beats per minute Kobayo song. Pretty fast.
How hard is it? I actually haven't seen the map.
Serret has a 97 on it, and it's 320 BPM. So it's like not too high. It'll probably be like, like your machine gun forward and Villo's machine gun. They're like, Villo's machine gun's big. I reckon Sparkling Software will be like either bang in between them or like a bit closer to 10 stars, like high 10 stars, 10.9 or whatever, because it's very fast. And I know
it's a banger song.
Yeah, banger song. I know Kobayo he's the kind of mapper where he's only like getting his stride with the speedy ranked maps like Galaxy Friends. It's his second ranked map, and then he also got Chemical Cookie, which is a cute little 7-star map.
He started off strong with Goodbye, because that was one of like the biggest like when I remember when that came off, it was like crazy that people were like 97ing that like that map.
It's just really like I kind of thought it was really boring. I called it a tranquilizer map because I was like, oh my god, it's just so down up circles. I sleep. But then I love Galaxy Friends. I really like Sparking Software feels super interesting, where there's up on beat stuff and like polyrhythm changes, but he's like been working hard on it all the time, and I've seen him, and he messages me and he's like, oh hey, like I have a question about like what do you think I should do on these 10 beats. I've spent 2 hours on these 10 beats, and so it's like he's working hard, and I love what he's doing. So I'm looking forward to that map getting some gamer scores because it's just so accurate.
Kobayo's the real MVP, and he's like behind. He's been super active in like moving Q along as well, and really he's also been super active at like pushing the higher end of ranked too. So it's good to see stuff like that. And then
great.
We have easy mode.
Easy mode.
Easy mode. Oh,
yeah.
Where to check the pan map? Check the pan. That terrifies me.
I don't think I've seen easy
mode.
Is it like? Yeah. How does it look?
It's pretty like. I think it'll be 10 stars. It'll just be. It's like palm up stuff for the whole time, where you just kind of, like, how a lot of maps nowadays are just kind of like middle road blue, middle outer lane blue. This is kind of just like that, but then the middle road blue is at the top row and upside down, and then you just go back and forth, and then there's like some crazy sliders where you have to like reach across your body and like twist your hand around and stuff. So, just like a nice kind of Aki techie map where if people are bored of Aki and like down up, this is just like a palm up Aki map. But 10 star for sure, I reckon.
And just quickly to mention, Jabob's Killer Toy, which we did talk about in the last episode, is currently qualified. So, and I think, did it see a re-up? I don't think so.
No, it didn't change the gallops. I hate the gallops. They're so painful. It's overemphasized.
Well, I think it's more like,
I've heard other people say that.
There's so many 97s on it. It's crazy. Like, this is like the most actable speed map I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't know what it'll get weighted. If it gets weighted like 11 stars, it'll be so overweighted because this is
340 BPM.
This is insane. 340 BPM, and Sarah has like a 97.4. We've got Gustav with a 97.04 on it, which is crazy.
We can kind of look at something comparable like Dan, your Succession, where it's like 10.8. There's 340 BPM, and there's like less of like the high BPM stuff than Killer Toy. So it'll probably be around there, 10.8.
Yeah, but Succession has the very, very big death streams though, and those are very hard
it does
to
have that, doesn't it?
in the map.
Yeah, and Succession is like underweighted as shit.
Yeah, it's very underweighted, to be honest. Because that map is like, if you cannot do death streams, you're not gonna pass that map.
Yeah, I remember struggling a lot with Succession when I was still trying to get my speed up.
Yeah.
That map has aged very poorly though. I do not like that map. The first version, actually, funny story. The first version of that map was like full on doubles. You never saw the first version, luckily.
Dude, because I remember playing it and I was like, I love this song. I love what you're doing, but god fucking damn it, Dan, fix this shit.
It's so bad. It was so bad. I remember Complex yelling at me in DMs. He said, "You cannot put so many 1/4 balls in a map. Are you retarded?"
Hey, that's a great way to learn. Is just have people scream at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about ranking queue then. Let's get started on that. Let's see what's new and upcoming.
Lots of
so we got
stuff.
Nuclear Star by Umbra at the top of queue. That's in the top 6. It's got a downvote. It's had a downvote for a while. It's 4 months in queue. I know the reason for the downvote, and I can disclose it. It's because it's mapped like it's overmapped. Hex ending
with the streams.
Yeah,
well, isn't that like a musical representation sort of thing where like criteria has changed since the hex stuff?
Yeah,
it's like since the ABC
so
one.
since the for the people who don't know, a hex map is a constant stream at the end when there are no sounds to support a constant stream, and since then, kind of musical representation has become less lenient in that you're not just allowed to map to sounds that aren't there. So that's the problem that we're facing. I know there's been talks of like possibly editing or hit sounding the map, or just like doing something crazy to I've seen some pretty like high quality edits of the ending to allow for constant stream, but I don't know that I'm a huge fan of that. But we'll see sort of what's happening with the map.
Like
sort of ongoing discussion.
Comfy Umbra map with like some techie stuff, but it's like hackable, and it'll just be like a cozy 9-star map. It'll be like right next to the other 2 nuclear stars, surely.
Yeah.
Very good song.
Yeah.
Next I know you wanted to talk about this one forward, Funk Assembly.
Funk Assembly.
Yo.
If you haven't seen Funk Assembly,
tell us about it.
It's it is currently I don't know how many bombs it has. It has a lot of bombs. 4,000 bombs. So it is.
Damn.
It's currently going for the bomb record of most bombs in a ranked map.
Really? What's the current bomb record?
I don't know, but it's definitely not.
Wasn't it Salsa?
Oh yeah,
surely.
Yeah, I think it's Salsa. But this one now has 4,000 bombs. It has some 324 BPM in it. It's essentially, if you haven't seen the map, it's like really, really creative, let's say, bomb resets. Which are like sort of just, I wouldn't, sort of bridging the line between like ultra uncomfortable and like really cool. I think there's definitely a cool map in there somewhere. I know it's been undergoing tons of changes.
It's like
if you haven't seen it, there's like palm up 3-note sliders around bombs.
Yeah, it's like up, down, and around bomb resets where you're resetting in every other direction, and as you're setting up for the next slider, there's bombs above you, and you gotta move around them, and then you got to angle for the slider, and it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's QAT's
It's
job.
really like,
They're fixing
yeah,
that up.
QAT, it has got a downvote. It is being currently worked on. The thing with it, with the map though, is that it's a really cool map in that like if you didn't have another saber, it would be fun. But the fact that you have another saber to worry about while you're focusing on like, because it's like a really brain melting map of like, oh, I gotta swing under the bombs here and over the bombs here, and if you're thinking too much about your one hand, your other saber which is just lying neutrally, is gonna hit the bombs. And so it's not accounting for the flow of the one hand, which was the main complaint that I had about the map. And also it has some really shitty gallops at the end. And that's apart from that, it's like there's a section with like a bunch of sliders that's really hard. But yeah, no, the map is like borderline unhackable. I don't know if you've played it, Garsh. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I don't think I have played it, but that does sound like it could be very fun to learn.
Although I will
play
mention
through
that, isn't it like 23 NJS? 23, 22 and a half?
Yeah, it's 23
20,
NGS.
That's so
yeah.
fast for like bomb resets and like wonky sliders, where I feel like every one NJS higher above like 20, when there's a funky slider, it just makes the angle like exponentially more painful.
I think 21 would be a good NJS for the map,
Okay.
not 23. It's ridiculously fast, like really fast.
Hmm.
Yeah, anyways, that's what I had to say about Funk Assembly. I think the song is a banger, but like, I think it definitely needs to be. I think it already has been. I just think we're waiting on Pan to check over some stuff because I know Pan was looking at it.
I wanted to ask you about this one forward. Quasar Dreams, you and Complex's map.
Oh yeah,
Your song?
And your song too.
That's my
Very
song.
nice.
Yeah.
I remember listening to that when you released it, and I was like, this is just going to be a ranked map one day. Now it is.
Well, it's close. It's getting up to the top.
Yeah, and that'll get all the views on your YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a really it's I don't know, my diff is kind of like another machine gun expert type style map where it's like more like sort of easier outer lane focused jumps, and then kind of like an easier ending, I guess, than Complex's. Complex's map is obviously quite hard.
Oh wait, there's two divs?
So there's it's full spread. So and it's like
I thought you guys collabed on the top div.
No, it's like the top div was mapped by Complex, and then I kind of did a few of the down maps.
Yeah.
So Expert is technically a down map of Expert Plus, although it's definitely still like a high 10 star.
Cool.
I think.
I mean, it's like a burr
Expert
song.
Plus is a high 11 star.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's 12. I don't think so. It's the only really hard part is at the end where
it's got
there's
those
these
hack
massive
parts, doesn't it? So that's gonna like buff people like Serret's score, which will just lower the star value. Which actually I shouldn't even say that because there's like Plague Bearer, which I thought would be like that and it wasn't. So maybe Quasar Dreams is just a 12-star map and we don't realize.
I don't think so. It's definitely not harder than like Magical Sanctuary. I don't think it's harder than Fantasy. It's like
it's no way close to Collapse.
Yeah, it's
Collapse is undervalued though, isn't it?
Collapse is hella undervalued. The 12.1.
Because there's no axe sections. It's just speed and then it ends.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone's
the stream. It has like a massive death stream with sliders in it. There's no way that map is 12.1. I'm sorry, you got cucked.
Yeah, he was happy with the star value because he thought it was going to be 11.8, but
no, that is much harder than 11.8. But yeah, no, it's a. I'm really proud of the song, mostly more so than the map. Like
that's
the song
nice.
is just like it was like I made a good rhythm game song where I was like, since I've been playing Beat Saber a bunch, I never used to make rhythm game music. It was more so I would make like, sort of chill EDM stuff, dubstep. But then when I started playing Beat Saber and I started listening to like Camellia and Cobario, I was like, the songs are kind of cool. I'm gonna try making something like that. And Quasar Dream, like I tried a few things, but like Quasar was like the one where it was like an original song that I made from scratch that was like super dope. So
yeah, cool song.
Have you played it, Garsh? Quasar Dreams?
I don't think I have.
Cool.
Really, it was in the World Cup.
Yeah, I was like, wasn't it in a tournament?
Okay, then I must have.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound familiar, so I'm sure
the
I have.
blue cover.
I can't remember it. You will have to play it for your PP soon.
Oh yeah.
What else we got? We got barbecue.
Barbecue.
Oh god.
Oh my
Speaking
god,
about-
barbecue.
It's like
The
short,
last of the era of
yeah.
schwank maps.
that short, like, bursty kind of Igor song where there's not too much crazy stuff, but the crazy stuff is crazy. So it's like just instantly an 11-star because there's just so much goofy patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Igor songs, man.
If anyone's played the barbecue map by Villors, it's the same song. So the song's pretty cool with like the pause and like the scream into like the ticky sounds, and then it just goes palm up, and then there's a wall, and there'll be like a palm up stack and slider. Like, man, it's something, but it's not too fast. Like, it'll be fine. Jabob is he's like the tech enthusiast that tones down the schwank stuff to like a degree where it's digestible, and they just doing their thing. So cool to see.
Then we got Vertex Gamma by Dibble and Caballo, if I remember correctly.
Two dips.
Yeah, I think it's very overmapped.
Yeah, it's like it's in that zone that I label some maps where they're really just not representing the song at all, but it's a speed map, and I'm just like, man, it breaks my heart because I love speed maps. If I'm hitting 300 BPM, I want to feel it, and if the song is just like quiet ticks, or like just kind of chill, random sounds, I don't know why there should be like a screen full of jumps. It just doesn't fit. Like the song starts and it's just like and then there's just jumps everywhere. So, I don't know. I don't like it. Two diffs that'll be like 11 stars, and it's just like, ugh, I cry.
It's what the maps aren't better, or like it's just
like the angles are like well chosen. It's just why they map that song like that when the song doesn't really support it too well. It's like the same song that Banana Tropfen mapped like retard full screen streams to, and that was like a fun dumb challenge map for like the crazy guys. But when you're making that song rankable, it's like it just doesn't like the gimmick isn't there, and it's just weirdly represented. Yeah.
Then we got Remote Tumor Seeker. Ford knows a lot about this map from what I heard.
That just popped in the queue.
Yeah, no, I love Archspire.
Yeah,
Archspire's a really cool band. They're from
Voluntary
they're from Canada. They're from Vancouver, which is really close to me. That's really cool. They're a cool band. They're probably most well-known song is Involuntary Doppelganger, which is like really good. But Remote Tumor Seeker is still a sick map and song. Well, it's 340 BPM. Ridiculous. Like this map is like a lot of jumps. It's the Ice Spoon map, so it's pretty hackable, pretty fun. But yeah, I just like to see a little bit more movement in those jumps. I think that would be one of the main things, and possibly toning down a few of the jump sections and sort of being a little bit more consistent in what is being mapped as jumps or not. But maps good overall. Song is really good. So
then we have the next one, X on Fire, a very hard map, very stamina heavy.
Yeah, 340 BPM, 15.5 notes per second.
Damn.
Which is, yeah, that's crazy.
Chunky
it's a lot.
boy.
Yeah, and similar vein to Extra Tone Test, except shorter and like, I don't know. It's got that
easier.
It's got that like same style of like, I don't know, your Dark Sheep being that same style of like,
just fast.
I guess I would want to say like over mapping, but like
just a
like,
lot of
the
movement,
real, like,
a lot of crossover in and out of lane. Yeah, that's a fun zippy way. I know like Kobayo was asking for feedback on that like 6 months ago and stuff, and it was one of the maps where I could tell the speed parts there was a lot of care to it, but like the slow sections, I remember there was just weird mismaps, and like Sarah was playing it on stream, and he would just miss in the intro, and it was like, what is this? Like, where are you going for ranked with this when you can't even map the intro properly? But now it's like he's improved a lot because he's been working his ass off. So yeah, good on him.
Garsh,
you think you can 96 that Garsh, like maps like that?
I don't think I can 96. I can see Sarat 96 in that kind of map.
Wait, so
speedy death streams.
You played it on stream yesterday, didn't you, Garsh?
Yeah. I remember seeing 15 notes per second, and I mean that's a lot of notes per second.
It sure is.
It really is. Anyways, yeah, that's coming within the next few months.
What do we reckon that'll be? Like, you played it, Gosh, is it like a 2-minute Collapse of Ego style, but more streams, so like 12.5, or is it like 13?
I don't think it's 13. I can see it being 12, mid 12.
Yeah.
Just because it's so short that it's not too difficult, I guess, but it's still
difficult to farm.
Didn't you say forward it's like the highest notes per second map in queue?
It is the highest notes per second map that has ever been in queue apart from Extra Tone.
Oh, okay.
Which got denied. So this one, I think this one will see it all the way to ranked.
Yeah.
Unless something crazy happens. So yeah, this could stand to be the highest notes per second of any ranked map. I think the current highest is Feast or Sacrament. It's one of those two.
Okay, moving on. We got another big one that just went in queue the other day. Unpleasant Sonata by J-Bob and Complex Frequency, where it's that's in queue. I don't know.
It's a 12-star tech map. I play tested it. I play tested it for him like 2 months ago, I think, and I was like, please don't rank this. Please don't do this to me. He was like, no, we're going to rank this.
Well, I think the best way to think of it would be like it's cold weather, but like faster.
I think it's way better than cold weather, though.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put it there.
Like, I mean, there's clear like craft here, but like this map is like very, 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 very hard.
Yeah, it's just a lot of really heavy angles and visiony stuff with the like face notes and then palm up, and it's like, oh my god, what is going on?
Yeah, looking at the scores on it, I know it is a short song. It is quite short, so 2 minutes.
It's got that intense ending that'll add like half a star to 1 star.
But like, you look at people like Thy Spoon, who had a 94 on Power of the Wilderness, has a 91 on this map. He's someone, he's like a top, sort of like almost top 75 player in the world. Yeah. So it's like a scary map. It is very, it's terrifying. The map is terrifying.
It's not gonna be higher than 12.5. That's literally the max. It's hard, but it's not that hard.
Okay.
Like,
it's because it's farmable, because it's only 2 minutes. You can play it.
I saw it in the same vein as like Venomous Firefly, where
it's harder than Venomous.
Yeah, it's harder than Venomous. It's harder because there's more crazy angles, but then it's like it's just that similar style where there's dense techie stuff coming at you, and then it ends. I like that it's 2 minutes though. I really like the when there's 2-minute maps like the Venomous Firefly, because when there's something new, it's so digestible as the 2-minute map. That's like with my like first ranked map, the Fellow Feeling, 1 minute, 348 BPM streams. Like I wasn't even used to them when I got that ranked. It was just like fun to see what it was like to have this mega speed in ranked, and people just kind of learned to get used to it and like play those styles with the shorter maps. And I love seeing them. I also love longer maps too, but they just like shorter maps have their place. So
shorter maps just bode better in rhythm games, I think. Like, you look at games like SDVX, where it's just like all the maps are like 2.5 minutes, and like songs. Rhythm games are just designed to have shorter maps.
I remember grinding like Walk This Way back in 2019 and Red Zone in 2018. They were like 2-minute maps. Yeah. They were very exciting.
Red Zone.
Yeah. And then like when Happy Song was the #1 song, it was 5 minutes, and then it had the death jumps at the end. It was so painful. And so something like Unpleasant Sonata is gonna have the big inverted double section at the end, because the song like screams and doof 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 equals inverted. So that'll be there, but it'll be like easier to get to and easier to like, if you fail, okay, I'll be back here in 2 minutes. It's okay.
Yeah.
Then we got Lotus by Check the Pen. Actually, I do not know anything about this map.
It's been cute. It was cute
Yeah,
like
it was cute
less than a
yesterday.
day ago. So
So it was uploaded
mhm.
like a few days ago, and Check the Pan wrote in the description that was like a ramen noodle 2-hour challenge map, and he just went over it, polished it up. It's got a lot of weird stuff. It'll be like 11.5, I reckon.
11.
Yeah, it's like it'll be Check the Pan's biggest map for sure. He wrote in the description like the source 2, basically, but then it's got more weird stuff with like fast jumps that'll be like top row, and then it's got some crazy like inline sliders, and it's pretty wild.
Film number 1 for Garsh.
That's what I like to see.
Although, gosh, you are not number 1 on the source, so what's going on?
No. No,
No.
I'm not very good at that map. Gotta say.
Alrighty. So we talk about. I guess I can talk about Black Dream Day.
Black Dream Day.
Map saw a ton of changes. It's got a downvote, but I honestly have no idea what's happening with that because I don't know. I don't think we ever got a comment.
I actually know what it was. It was because of the BPM. It's not doubled, so you can't rank that as unrankable. No, I'm not serious.
I know you're not serious, but like I wish I really do want to. Oh no, it was uninstaller. Uninstaller downvoted it. That would be why. Even though he's working on the map, so uninstaller. If for those people who don't know, the map entered queue is like me and Atomosphere fixing up Black Dream Day because we like the map. I mean, fixing up, we literally just fixed the timings and then shoved it in queue. But then Uninstaller and Kizuflux were like, well, thanks for doing the timings. That's really great. Now we want to join in and help you rank it. So we were like, oh, great.
Cool.
So now it's all 4 of us sort of working together. And the map is like, it's seen a lot of changes, but it's like the original map, but it's been like fixed and polished and is actually hackable now, sort of.
And that's really close to the top of queue, isn't it? Like once uninstalled.
Yeah, well, it's like it is
sorted,
really close to top of queue.
it'll
So
be like,
it is in top 6.
It'll be getting voted on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But we're still waiting. I don't know. We're waiting on Narwhal. That's what's Narwhal was the queue.
I like what you did with the expert too. I don't know if it was you. Probably uninstall it too, but the expert.
No, that was me. That was me.
That was you. There you go. I didn't even know that. I'm just shouting you out. I like what you did there because it just felt like a proper down map where it's still kind of techy but just like fun.
Yeah.
What star? What star estimate?
Yeah, that's right. What star?
It's like
at least 10.
10.5 for the top diff, maybe 10.5 to 10.7. I would say. Lower diff is probably like 9 or 9.1. But like I no, honestly no. It was 7. What?
I heard people say it was going to be 12-star or something.
No. That was when it was first in queue. That was because there was a lot of like angular scuff. If you want to see the top score now is Tranch and it's a 96.2. So it's not like so it's not like crazy like tech anymore. The main problem with it was just like the like super flicky 270 degree angles that were like ridiculously impossible to hack. So the Expert Plus will be probably around 10.5 10.7 I would say, but we'll see. It's like a donut hole, like I don't think, but donut holes also
this is like more it got more intense stuff though.
And I think it's more polished than donut hole as well. So it's really it's seen a lot of QAT work. But it does have duck walls, so if you don't like duck walls,
fuck off.
Okay, I like the duck wall in Excuse My Rudeness. That's just funny.
Yeah.
That's like the most shitposty duck wall, and it's hilarious.
I can't duck with my height settings.
you play Tom, me too. Yeah,
me. I also play on low height settings.
One thing I want to mention about Black Dream Day, as a resident Taichi fanboy, he does come back from the dead to randomly play maps, and I feel like if he sees that ranked or whatever, he'll play it. So I want to see what he gets, because he's like on Scoresaber, he's like rank 30, and
That's crazy.
Still has these insane scores that people just aren't beating, and that gets him like a lot of CR there. And like just the other day, he played. I fixed up phrases made of fire, and then like Taichi shows up on the leaderboard. It's like, yo, that's Taichi! Holy crap! Playing like the 2019 map.
Yeah. Alrighty, shall we move on to our next little topic here? Let's chat about
Let's just go to leaderboards.
Let's go to chat about the global leaderboards. And first thing I'd like to bring to everyone's attention is that Seska is now number 3 global.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Seska just jumped 5 spots in the leaderboard to be number 3. He practically redid his entire front page.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he did he now has, he's got 95.8 on Paula, 95.2 on Sacrament, 96.1 on Feast. So yeah, really solidified. He's got 95.2 on Zernial. So he's really sort of like solidifying himself now as once again
real elite top player. But that's just
really
that's just the stuff that you see on the big flashy Scoresaber page. But what you don't see is that he is literally top 10 on every single ranked map except one, and it's mine, and I feel terrible.
Which map is he not top? Which one is it?
My chromosome test.
Oh no!
He's like ranked 12 on it, and he just cannot FC it. And like, if he FCs it, he's like, I think he's ranked 11.
He's ranked 14.
Or 10. Oh yeah, he's like ranked
that
11 or 10.
That is crazy. I didn't know. Yeah, he's top 10 on every single ranked map.
If you right now, on like whoever's listening, just go to any ranked map, click on it. Seska will have a score there, and it's probably from like a month in the last month or so, because he's worked so hard. He plays every single bloody map, and he's done it where he was mind blocked on Sacrament. Like, he's been to the point where he was at 2 maps left to be top 10 on, and Sacrament was always one of them, and then he popped the fuck off, and he had like rank 1 AC on it with like 3 miss. Gets top 10 on it. So, and he got another crazy score, the 98% on Hold Angel Expert. What the fuck? That's like 300 BPM bottom row.
Wait, what's the rating for Hold Angel Expert star rating?
8.1.
So it's the only 98 on an 8-star.
I think it's not even the highest 98, because there's like Hardware Store or something. Because Hardware Store Expert, I mean. But this score is like, Sarah can't beat it. I'm pretty sure you can't beat it, Garsh.
No,
someone like Cool Pick wouldn't do it.
98% on like, because that's the hard one. I can't even read like. Hold Angel Expert is like, oh my god.
So he said that he's been using small notes and pro mode modifier, which basically is like kind of cheating, because if you don't swing properly, you bad cut. But if you swing properly, the AC section of the note doesn't shrink with the small note. So you either hit the note and AC it, or you don't hit it. So he just focuses on comboing, and then he just gets free AC with that modifier, because the pro mode basically just makes the swing more precise, and then you will hit the AC range more. So yeah, he just gets 98 on 300 BPM bottom row, and it's amazing. So
that's crazy. That is nuts. That's nutty. How does he do that? I don't know.
How do you feel about that one, Garsh?
That is incredible. I don't even know. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's a real the hello stereo love moment with the small notes pro mode just down up, and then what the fuck, he just improved his score on that the other day too, the like 99.25 on it. What the fuck?
So next thing. So there's been sort of like a contention. Obviously, Sarah and Garsh are pretty uncontested for 1 and 2, but like from rank 4, sort of around that area, there's been a ton of competition for those spots. Redek at one point was number 4. Tornado also got it, but then Estrella took it back, and then Electro got back to his number 5 spot, and then now Tseska is like up on the top. So if we like ignore Serd and Garsh at the top, there's a pretty like contentious battle for like those spots. Red X sort of came up from out of nowhere. I remember a few months ago he was like top 40, and now he's like top 10.
Yeah, grinded a shitload.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been cool to see that kind of competition up at the top there.
Yeah, I've watched his stream. He seems like one of those like really humble young guys who just plays the game and is like, he just happens to be insane at like Wolf VR and Murph and Mokolinki stuff. All those really insane players.
I talked a lot with Reddick in the past. He's pretty chill.
Garsh, who would you say you are most afraid of, like coming up and taking your rank?
I gotta say, Small Fox, really, because he's been really good lately, getting a lot of number 1 scores that Seret has a lot of trouble beating.
Fantasy Celeritas score, I remember he got it. Wow.
Wasn't this Magic? It's Party People score.
Oh yeah, Magical Sanctuary. Very insane. He just keeps. One of his scores that he got, which Seret did go back and beat, but it took him some an effort, was that map by Fneet, and the 10-star one, the 350 BPM jump one, Imprinting. Yeah, he had like a 97.3 on that when Seret had like a 90 like a 97 flat, and Seret was like, "Whoa, what the? I'm 0.3 behind. I'm never like this. What?" Took him like so many tries to catch up. Yeah. Small Fox is just randomly getting these crazy good scores.
Speaking about 97, high 97, we have a new highest 97 on a recent ranked map, my own, Death Wish. Like the fucking insane score from Seret on that map.
Yeah, so Death Wish is now the highest 97 on an 11.7 star map, which is ridiculous. Yeah. It's a very, very hard map.
For those it's not hard. It's hard for 1 minute.
Yeah, it's hard for the first minute, and then it's tough. So if you can't do 340 death streams, you're not gonna like the map. But it is that's a crazy 97. I think soon. Yeah, I think soon another Seret score that we'll see though is a 97 on Plague Bear, because that seems to be coming soon.
I have heard him say that he does want to 97 it, and like he's trying. So
yeah, it is like just 2 weeks ago Seret got a 96.95 on Plague Bear, which is like the one of the craziest scores I've ever seen in my life.
Like what does Estrella have on it? Like
96.75.
And that was
so. What happened was
that was like God score for him. He can't do that again. And then
Estrella was in VC with us when he got it in Scoresaber VC, and he was just kind of like, "What? That's crazy." And then Seret was like, "Okay, I'm gonna take that from you," and he was like, "Please, just let me have it." And then he went in nearly 97.
Yeah, that was like 15 minutes after or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that map, I think. Feed. Yeah, that map will be the next like super high 97 we see. But yeah, just a really insane score. Just I mean, it's Seret. He's just
he's improving so much on the axe sections that it's just like very, very scary.
Yeah.
Did you guys see like Old Muffley, the British guy? He set some insane scores, like Lowermost Revolt. He got like Schwank's one. Got rank 2 on it, just below Seret, with like almost a 96, which means 23 NJS, like Megatech. He just like hits that shit better than you, Garsh. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus, 95.7. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like on Rescored Saber, Old Muffley, I think he's number 1 GB, when like Harb G on Scoresaber is number 1 GB.
Wow.
So just because Old Muffley's scores are very good.
Yeah, when he's good at a map. He is very good at a map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Similar with like Aquaflea, the other British insanely good at Flea. I saw him posted he was beating like you, Garsh, on some maps. I think it wasn't like I can't even remember the maps now, but I remember seeing
But
it.
he beat me on kill.
That's it. Yeah, that was like one of the big ones. He was like flexing on you in your Twitch chat, and you seemed so offended. But it's okay. He got karma because his Rift S cord broke. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
And it was right when we were mapping something together. We were like starting our collab, and he's like, "Bro, my headset died. What the fuck?" So we couldn't test the map, so I had to test it. Yeah, I've got some other stuff here, like about how like Drexcalibur is like an NA player with the right hand that is top 20, and he's like rank 80. He's so on like mid speed and even some speedy maps. It's just like, what the fuck is that right hand, bro? That is not normal.
Yeah. Like my right hand is, that's a thing that a lot of Beat Saber players struggle from. Like I think Murph as well, but like, and yeah, no, I personally suffer from it where like my right hand is top 100 in this game, but my left hand is like top 600, so I end up in like,
Yeah.
I end up at like rank 300 because my left hand sucks. So the asymmetry of Beat Saber makes it tough to advance.
Another little lad I wanted to shout out was my fellow Australian creeper dude. He got to like rank 13, I think, rank 14 by like he kind of cheesed it with the power getting ranked, and he got like a good score on him straight away. But he legit like got a 600 PP play, and like stormed ahead of the other like Australians, and even like was beating higher rank than people like the Hello and stuff. So yeah, really proud of like the hardworking guy. Same with like Kip from Russia. He was really getting some crazy good scores and just climbing into top 20 when like 3 weeks ago he was like rank 30, rank 40, and like getting scores around there. And now it's just like, no, he's legit. Like these young guys are figuring it out and they're leveling up. So
yeah, wasn't there like a top 100 player setting like a lot of top 10 scores? I forgot his name. Udon, yeah.
Yeah, he's zooming.
So Udon is on his way up. He's definitely like top 20 material.
Yeah.
He was a Quest player for the longest time, and then he sort of just decided, I'm going to get it for the PC. And he did. And now he's climbing and climbing and climbing and is doing pretty well, even after the transition from Quest to PC, which is a pretty crazy transition.
That is true.
So he's just on Quest Link, but that's even so different from like other stuff. I'm not sure what rank he is actually.
Really? Because I didn't have any like huge issues when switching to Quest Link.
I don't know. I think the tracking is just a little bit different. I don't know.
Huh. My scores like got like way better when I switched in my egg went up from like, I think my average egg normal quest was like 105 on both hands. Then it's like got up to like 109, 110.
Yeah, but Udon now ranked 45 global.
Yeah, and he's zooming up. Like he's just gonna take. I'm assuming he's not rushing people like at that level. I just assume they kind of take their time with setting the good scores because it probably takes a lot out of him, and so there's a lot of maps to play. He's just working his way up.
Yeah, but top 10 on Sacrament is very impressive. So. All right, then let's move on. Talk about some community things that are happening. I'll speak as an RT member and say that we recently just made a decision. We have lowered the queue limit. It was originally at 5. Well, since the last episode, we've instituted a queue limit of 5 maps per mapper.
Yep, good on him.
But that was kind of like a bad idea because people were doing down map queues, and everyone was like no longer wanting to make quality down map maps for people because the queue limit. And they wanted to rank their own stuff. So now what we have done to compensate is we have lowered the queue limit to 4 maps per mapper. However, you are allowed to do as many down maps as you like, and lights don't count either. So if you do light shows, that's fine. You don't get added to queue limit, and stuff like that doesn't matter. So you are now allowed, if you're a down mapper out there, all the Joshua Bees, the null animations, and the Amelias of the world. You are now free to down map
Yes.
as much as you please and queue as much as you like as far as down maps go. The only thing is like there's certain like a lot of what down map is kind of at the discretion of RT. So if you like make a down map, but it's like a super uber techie like way harder than the top diff, it's gonna count towards the
Yeah.
ratio. So yeah, strictly SPS down maps that are in mapped to be easier than the top diff are fine. Yeah. So
Quick question. Can I? That's a quick question. What if a map is like 13 star for the top diff and the lower is like 11 stars, but it's still a down map?
That's still a down map. I would say that's still a down map. It'll be discussed
Yeah,
with the team,
it'd
but
be
yeah,
like
that's a down
case by
map.
case thing, and
Yeah, it'll be a case by case basis for stuff like that because yeah, that is very much so a down map. In at least my opinion, that would be my opinion, but who knows? People may differ.
yeah.
Yeah, Bean, do you want to talk about BSL?
Yeah, so I'm on the map pool team for BSL. We've just been sorting out the qualifiers and they're starting next week. So if you're like a
nice.
big fancy pro player, you want to show what you got in BSL, well, like the time's coming soon. And what we've been doing this year is BSL has a map pool testing team. So that way, map pools for the qualifiers were done 2 weeks ago, and then they were tested and feedback was given, and then we've really analyzed it just to make sure like we really want to kind of get a idea of what the player experience is like, and we want to make it better because it's like we feel for everyone and we want to give everyone the opportunity to show what they've got.
That's really good.
And like other years haven't had this much resources poured in. Yeah, we've been having long meetings every week, just really kind of staring at the map pools, looking at them in a playlist, having people play them in front of us, and then thinking like, no, let's get rid of this. We want to make it better.
Yeah.
Another free badge for you, Garsh?
I love badges.
Oh, really? We couldn't tell.
Oh, badge, man. Oh, that's so funny. Beat Saber is still the new Beat Saber.
Yeah, it's still like on its way up. You can log in without linking a Discord now, which is great for people who have commission accounts. Don't have to have two different Discord accounts.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good thing. It's still an active development. And they're still implementing new features. So patience with that will yield the best results.
Yeah, I had like things I wanted to talk about with the new Beat Saber, just because it's like fun to kind of speculate a perfect world where we've got perfect Beat Saber, like where if I revise a map and republish it, but keep the votes and the mapping file that was uploaded like 3 months ago, nobody will see it because it's like secret unless they're like scrolling down my mapper page, which I don't expect people to do unless my stuff's like ranked. And I've got a lot of maps there, so like why would they pick that specific one? I'd love to see some sort of feed that shows like revised maps, ones that have been checked over and like republished, or even just like a modding game that talks to Beat Saber. So when you've got a file, it's like, oh, this was revised, like go download the new one. And another thing I'd love to see is because you can log in with Discord now, we should be able to like link other people's maps on our profile, because like I could just basically send a request to say, can you like tag me in this map as a mapper, so then like I've got Plague Bearer on my account, but for you map that too. And
that would be sick.
And then you could put on your profile feature. And then Dan, my 11-star succession is on your profile. I'd love to see that on my profile too.
It would be so sick.
I think that's a really basic feature that like could be super easy to implement, because it'd just be like you send a request to have yourself featured on this one, and then that person's account can like basically just accept the request, and that's about it. And we can get onto our hip block, the like mod by Pixel Boom. He's been posting updates about it where it's like basically finished and they're just figuring out how to like distribute it, what they're going to be doing. Like they want to make sure they don't miss anything, so they're being thorough, but it's been tested and it's like quality of life changes are made. It's looking pretty awesome. That way, there's so many leaderboards like Rocker's mid-speed one where he balances every map to basically be the same value for the top score. So it's literally just about how well you can act. So he's like, Rocker's like rank 1 on it by far because he picks all maps he likes and he plays them a lot. That's how you know like the pool's really cared for. And it's just like good little thing to work on. And also there's Scoresaber, which is always undergoing like work. Like currently Taichi's number like 30 on there. And he's like, he hasn't played any of the new maps. But because the curve on it is so intensely like rewarding for hack, someone like Taichi is really in there and like competing with people having not played the game in like a year. People like Kira, Rocker, TLE. Like Kira isn't that kind of act player and he's top 10 there. Rocker's like almost top 10. TLE's like top 20. And these guys are nowhere near that on the Scoresaber leaderboards. Another thing I want to mention, a little roast to you, Garsh. So your third top play on Rescored Saber, because it's really rewarding on AC. So it's not like Scoresaber where if Seret gets 0.3% ahead, you get 2 more PP, or he gets 2 more PP. He gets way more. So your third top play is equivalent to his 19th best play. That's how many better plays he has. It is insane. Like his rotten dick score is his highest on there, because that's his like on paper best score. But then his like Plague Bearer I think is second because it's almost 97. And it's just so far ahead, and it's really cool just to see like how everyone's rewarded on there. And I'm super excited for the mod because it's gonna really like put it in front of everyone.
Yeah, I'm excited to play around with that too. It'll be fun.
Let's move over to the best segment.
Yes.
Yes. So, Garsh, my friend, where did this badge craze begin? When did you first start like actually getting badges?
Oh boy. Well, I actually started getting badges, I guess, back when they first started giving badges, but not the first one. I think the second tournament with badges, I ended up getting a badge, and I loved it. It looks so pretty on my profile.
Was it like the Summer Saber Stars? Was that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was like some cube community. There was like the Winter Cup or the Spring Cup.
Yeah, that sounds right. Summer Cup. But I didn't actually start really caring that much until I got close to having the most, competing with I think Flea and Silverhaze. And then for whatever reason, I decided I want to be the most, have the most badges. And I guess that's where it started.
So I think it was really funny because I remember in the RT chats of like Umbernox being like, "Curse you, Garsh! You've gotten too many badges. Now I have to rewrite the display thing for the website to properly display all of his badges." Because he's the only one with like how many badges do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 badges. 2 for 5.
Jeez.
10. Yeah, 15 badges. So, Gosh, what you need to do now is join the RT student program and become an RT member, because then you get a free badge for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because, and you're gonna get another badge probably for BSL and this year, and that's a pity that Vision Block isn't happening because that probably would have been another badge for you, but. Yeah, if you, for those people who are watching that are curious, just go and look at Garsh's Scoresaber page. It is absolutely littered with badges. For perspective, Seret has like cool looking badges, but his badges he only has like 7 of them.
What's your favorite badge, Garsh?
Yeah, what's like the one that's most special?
Oh, it's got to be the Vision Block badge. The only badge that I have number 1 for an individual tournament.
Damn.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Yeah, that's.
And it looks awesome. So.
It does look pretty cool. That's a cool badge. Wow, that is cool because that is the only one where you're like number 1. that isn't.
And it's like, yeah, it's not a team one like the Beat Saber World Cup.
You are the only person to have that badge on your profile.
The vision block?
Yeah, the vision block number 1. You're the only person with that one.
Oh yeah.
And the BSL, I guess the BSL ones too, but.
Some of these tourneys I have never heard of.
Yeah,
vision
like,
block is a super cool one.
Is it like
Yeah, vision block is pretty cool.
Are you just in every like tournament Discord signing up? You're like, where can I get the badges? Like, give them to me immediately.
Yeah.
Playing tournaments every 2 weekends. Oh, sorry, can't go out, friends. I gotta earn my badge for this Beat Saber tournament. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, I try to be in all of them as much as I can.
Yeah. The dedication.
That is a lot of dedication.
Yeah, like, dedication and like hard work and making that effort to just be there.
Then another question that what I found really funny on your streams was the dartboard, the sniping board. how did you how did you come up with that idea just to make a sniping board and like put Sarah on it?
Oh man, it wasn't even me who came up with the dartboard. I don't remember who, but it started with I just drew a picture of Sarah because I don't have a reason.
You
but I
gotta
did.
visualize the enemy. Think like the enemy.
Just randomly drew fucking a picture of Sarah's profile picture and just hung it up on a fucking dartboard.
Yeah, I just hung it up on a wooden piece of wood, and then I think somebody thought it was a dartboard, and so they just started talking about throw a dart at it or whatever, and and I got a dartboard.
The wooden piece of wood. I remember.
So speaking of the dartboard, how are you doing with the whole beating Sarah thing? Is it going well? Are you feeling yourself improving, or is it you feel like you're fighting a losing battle?
No, I'm winning this battle. It's going super well.
Yeah, Sarah is an old man now. He's like almost 19. Hey, you're just gonna trickle him down while you're a few years younger. You'll be knocking him down.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, only one rank to go. I got it.
Yeah, that's only one.
I've been like curious and like kind of researched. It really does kind of seem like you are the most hard stuck player in the world. Because you're not going down. You're too far ahead of whoever is below you, and you've got this titan ahead of you. Just nobody's more hard stuck than you. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I've been number 2 for way too long.
I mean, arguably, Sarah is more hard stuck, but I say his doesn't count because there's nowhere to go. So.
Yeah. No, but like I remember you were consistently within 50 pp of Sarah, and now you're consistently within like 40 pp of Sarah. So it's like it's happening. You're getting closer, and maybe who knows? Maybe Sarah will suck at Patapa Urashite or whatever that map's called.
And you've been ranked 2 for a while, but weren't you rank 1 like a few times in 2019? I remember seeing it like posted, and I had no idea who you were because I knew you were quite young, but you were like, you got rank 1 over Atomic, was it, or Taichi, one of them?
Taichi, yeah. It happened like once or twice. I just kind of cheesed rank 1 for an hour or 2, and it was pretty awesome, even though it was cheesed, but it still felt good. It was still cool.
Still put in your Twitter bio, former rank 1, Scoresaber. Yeah. So what are your favorite ranked maps, Garsh?
Well, I really like Powa now. That one's really fun to me. Venomous, mostly these new maps. The newer they are, I think the more fun they are to me. As they get older, they just kind of aren't anymore. Probably from playing them.
That's actually surprising because I heard a lot of people say that the new ranked maps are like dog shit. A lot of people were modding about them, the new maps.
Yeah, that seems to be a lot of the thing, a lot of the sentiment towards rank these days is it all sucks. Oh, this is bad. It sucks. Like why? It's all just tech or it's all just speed. And
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
all
you
I
get that
hear. It's
whole
really quite draining.
Yeah,
You seem to be a more all-round player, Garsh, so you seem to like easily like more maps.
Yeah.
But then you've always been one of those guys who's nostalgic in a way of like you go back and play the old maps. Like I don't remember when you weren't rank 1 on Milk Crown. Like I remember I couldn't even get an 88%. I looked, you had like 96. What? I'm like, 5% behind, sure, but fucking like 6%, 8%. Oh, kill me, bro. Shit.
Garsh, what is your favorite map? Like not ranked, just like of any map that you've played in Beat Saber. What is like one that stands out to you as like being really fun?
Sorry, can I rephrase this question? What is your favorite map, and why is it Monkey Mania by Razzie?
Oh man. It's so perfectly mapped. I think it's like all the patterns they make sense, you know?
No, they don't.
Yeah, no, they all flow right into each other.
I love Monkey Mania. It's so good. I've like studied the way you play it, and I'm like, wow, okay, and I just try to learn, and it's so good. I play it every day.
It is a banger map.
It truly is.
Okay, what is your favorite map besides Monkey Mania? Because we all know that's your real favorite.
A map I keep going back to is Every Time We Touch by Serret. That one's really good. I like most Serret maps, but that one's probably on top right now.
Every Time We Touch the remix
Forward song.
by
Forward remix, that's the one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait, you make music forward? Where can they find that?
Oh my god, you can find my you can find my music on my SoundCloud and my YouTube. They're linked in my Discord bio. But thanks, Garsh. That map is that I have played the map. It is fun. It's hard too. It's like really sustained 350. So
yeah. And a really good song to go on top.
Yeah, no, every time we touched, it fit the speed course so well. I remember Beanie sent me that song, and I was like, this could be an email.
I always listen to songs, and I'm like, man, I just wanna hear this speedcore remix, but I had no clue how to do it. And if I had any clue, I wouldn't do a good job. So you were the one to message.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Garsh, about the World Cup, because you guys are kind of running away with it every year. What's the experience like when you meet with the team, and how do you prepare?
Yeah. So Whoops has been the team captain the last 2 years, and super good team captain. He has practices weekly when we get closer, and it's always super fun to go in and just play with everyone.
Yeah, no,
But what's like the group mentality like before the games? Is it just everyone focuses and tries to work hard, or is it just is it really lax? Everyone's just chill, or is it like intense training? I just want to know.
I think Whoops likes to think it's intense training, but no, we're pretty relaxed most of the time. I think just kind of joking around.
You guys easily topped every single match. Like everybody knew you guys were going to win anyways.
Yeah. I mean, Canada kind of I don't want to say Canada kind of cheesed their way into the finals, but all the other teams, I feel like UK and Sweden were super strong.
Yeah.
And they were just missing some of their top dogs, which is sort of why Canada got in there.
Canada still showed up there, for real.
Yeah, Canada did show up, and I know Canada takes it super seriously.
It seems like they're getting better with Busy and Electro. He's still growing.
Yeah, I think next year we'll show up to play, but it's just so tough.
Didn't you guys lose Edison though? Because he doesn't play anymore.
We lost Edison.
Oh.
Well, actually no, Edison. Maybe he said this. No, he literally just said us a 95 on POW like 15 hours ago.
Oh.
So I don't know what he's talking about with
Yeah, what are you doing?
not playing. But maybe he's
He
just
said
maybe...
he was gonna quit
Yeah, I don't-
on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, people quit all the time in this community and then come back. So it's
Yeah,
like, yeah. But we'll see, because yeah, Electro is still sitting up there, top 5, but the next person down is actually busy at number 25. We used to be a lot more contentious for the top sort of spots, but yeah, Canada's sort of.
I still remember seeing Nuke Time in like top 10 with like
Oh jeez, that's proper boomer moment.
What's that other
Time.
guy? Oh, I can't remember his name now. I'm blanking. There was a Canadian guy. I've forgotten his name completely. Not BC
Which
Kill,
one?
before BC Kill. Don't worry, I'm useless.
Nuke Time still plays. He just isn't like top material anymore.
I mean, it's just like the seriousness drops when you lose interest in the game, and that's fair enough.
Yeah.
He's still. I think he's even still maps.
Did you like? Do you remember competing with those guys, Garsh? Some of the top guys, and then now you're kind of on top of them all, or you've outlived them.
Yeah, I still remember when the leaderboard was a lot different, and a lot different people were over.
It was just like LS Toast was top 20 and stuff. I remember that. He was just so good. It was spooky.
Weren't you hard stuck 12 at the sometime, Garsh? Like way before, like.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but 12 seems about right. I couldn't get much higher. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember, like, just to give you guys a perspective, I was like, when I first started playing the game, I started learning about competitive really was like last summer. So, I sort of like joined the competitive community just as like Sacrament got ranked. So that was like that was like when I sort of like became
Zoomer, man.
That's crazy.
I'm literally a Zoomer. But I remember it was Tai Chi was on the top of the leaderboards, and he had literally just been overtaken by Estrella. And
that's what Sacrament did.
Yeah, and then I remember seeing like who other names. I think Garsh was there. Garsh was definitely there. Silver Haze up near the top.
BC Kill for sure.
BC Kill was number 2.
Cooling was up there, wasn't he?
Cooling was really high up there.
And Cooling's still insane, but
yeah.
Yeah, that was when BC Kill had just come back from a long break, right? He like quit for a couple of months, and then he came back again and just shot straight up.
I remember
BC Kill tried to come back recently too.
I remember editing all the clips of him getting like crazy scores, and I was like, Jesus, I thought he left, and now he's back.
Yeah,
he tried. He has left like countless times now. Every time saying, "I'm coming back, guys," and then 2 days later, he's just like crying on Twitter, "Oh, the new rank maps suck."
He's just a young guy. He's doing his thing. I respect it. He's a smart kid. He can really get some incredible scores when he puts his mind to it.
Yeah, he does. Although he did try to come back about a month ago, and then just kind of gave up.
Yeah, that's all right.
And he was setting some pretty good scores like on like mid speed stuff. I think his new current that's pretty impressive. I'm just going through Scoresaber. He's got number 8 on Hold On Tight by Joshua Beats. Joshua Beats, the mysterious Beat Saber community producer, sort of came out of nowhere and made a dope song called Hold On Tight. If you haven't heard it, you'll have to give it a listen. I think the only place that you can actually hear this song is in the map. So you actually have to download
Very, very good map.
It's a very, very good map.
Very good map.
Yeah, very great map. Wonderful map. There is actually a clip. There's actually a clip on in the Beat Saber World Cup where they used Hold On Tight as a warm-up map of Camellia himself saying this song is cool about Hold On Tight, which is the craziest thing ever. That's so funny.
Where did you want to talk about the story, Bean?
Okay, well, I'll quickly, do an aside. I'll cut this out. Yeah, gosh, I wrote this on the notes just because I thought it might be funny to talk about. But if you think you don't really want to talk about it, we can just wrap up. But I remember seeing you play the Hello C18, and it's like, how many times have you not beaten Sarah on it? Because it's like you're always trying to beat Sarah on stuff, and then this is when we genuinely can beat Sarah. It's like 4-month-old score, and then it's just like tracking, random one miss, the auto hit bombs. Like, could you tell us about that?
Yeah, there was. Well, I think there were 2 times that I got to almost the end, and I was ahead, and then I just lose tracking for whatever reason, and lose that. The auto bomb has been impossible to hit for a long time, and I just hit that bomb every time I tried playing. I even got my new best, I think, right now, or not this best, maybe, I don't know, an old best, with the bomb hit, because I just couldn't not hit the bomb. But now I think I learned.
It's like when we talk about like the tracking loss, it's not just like, oh, he lost tracking. It was in like the same spot right near the end where the score was like done, and you got 5 minutes in swinging up and down, and then it was just like the shittiest tracking loss. Sarah lives another day on his fake throne, because he's obviously not skillfully rank 1, so he knows it.
He's like sweating so much right now, like every single day. He's like checking Scoresaber like every fucking minute, just to see if Garsh didn't beat him.
He's afraid, I'm sure. I know it.
I would be if I was him. Not gonna lie.
All right, yeah. So looks like we can wrap up. You can check me out. I'm FatBean. I just like to make maps, and you can just look on my Beat Saber if you want to play stuff. I like trying to make stuff for tournaments and just random little songs that get curated sometimes. So yeah, that's what I'm up to.
Yeah, very similar to Bean. Play my maps. Got a bunch in queue. Follow me on Twitter @forward. Subscribe to my YouTube and stuff. And yeah, just been vibing, doing some mapping here and there. But yeah, play my maps.
Yeah, same for me. It's just mapping lately. You can always like find my maps on Beat Saber. Hello, I'm Dan, or my Twitter. I'm Dan, and I'm might be brewing on a new very high star map. You will probably see enter queue very soon. That's all I can say.
It'll be fun. What about you, Garsh?
Quaking.
Plug your socials.
Well, I think it's very important that everybody here follows me on Twitch, because okay, also Twitter. The Garsh _ on Twitter. I like to ratio people sometimes. So that's pretty important to me too, if you could do that.
That's great.
And you better be making the review of the ETE controllers in November. We'll be waiting for it.
Hopefully soon.
All right,
See you guys.
Yeah,
so
thanks so much.
We'll be back.
We'll be wrapping up.
Bye.
Hey DJ.
We'll be back.
Hey DJ.